the internet world,
yeah,
you never feel secured.
You shouldn't. You shouldn't. It's funny how many people whatever.
Why?
Uh,
You know what? I'm one of the few
amazing,
actually feel
yeah.
very comfortable with cameras because
You're on camera
I was
all the
living
time,
with 4
huh?
cameras every morning. I
guess. But data is something else. And Harbor Times, our cover story last week, we wanted to ask a question. In the wake of Heartbleed, right, and the discontinuation of support for Windows XP, how secure is the Hong Kong government's data? And when I mean the Hong Kong government's data, I mean my data, your data, because of course the government holds on to a huge amount of private and personal data about us, our tax returns, our health records, driving violations. The amount of information the government has on us is stunning. How secure is it?
Yeah, for those who still doesn't know, Windows have announced they are not continuing updating XP, which means hackers can just come up with basically any programs to hack into.
And there are no more
your
patches.
computers.
Yeah. Now, to Microsoft's credit, they made an announcement more than a year ago that they were going to discontinue Windows XP. Went to all their customers, including the government, and said, we are going to discontinue this. We strongly, strongly, strongly recommend that you switch over. And all the security companies were like, hey, get it together. The final day comes, and about a third of government computers are still being run on Windows XP. Mm-hmm. And they said, oh, don't worry, we've got all the latest patches. And the CIO said, oh, well, we've issued guidelines, but the CIO in Hong Kong doesn't have the power to compel them to change over. He doesn't have responsibility for their budgets for IT, no control whatsoever, can issue guidelines, basically, and hope people follow them. And a third of the government computers, and sure enough, a week after, Microsoft is like, that's it, we're really, really done. New virus pops up, and there's nothing to cover for it. So, right now, Hong Kongers should be concerned. There's about a third of the Hong Kong government computers that are being run on Windows XP that is unsupported, and the problem is only going to get worse, and nobody's really talking about it. Nobody's putting it out there. Nobody's, departments are all saying everything's fine. The CIO's like, well, we told them what to do. We assume they're doing it.
You know what? I have to say, what the heck?
Yeah.
Hack for hacker.
Yeah. I mean,
they should just switch over.
Yeah, and it's question is that's the question. Why haven't they? Now, Heartbleed, right? A big deal was made about that, but frankly, it was easy to test other people's websites. You could go and see if somebody else's website was secure or not. So people really got on the job and fixed it in a hurry. And our investigation showed that Windows, Heartbleed wasn't the problem, but Windows XP is a problem, and it's going to get worse. And we have no idea what our government's doing to fix it. And I mean, that's, our government does some things very well, but this is one area where they really need to step up their game.
Okay, keyword for today, hack.
Well, but I don't know. What would be a good word for today? Security, I think, responsibility. The government has a responsibility. If they're going to take our data and demand it, they have a responsibility to keep it secure.
All right. I thought I can pick hack, but responsibility.
Yeah. You got to have a word of the day with some more letters in it. You challenge your audience a little bit, right?
All right.
There you go. Thanks, Vincent. Cheers.